Muni Mahamuni Swaha Tayata Om Muni Mahamuni Swaha Tayata Om Muni Mahamuni Tayata Om Muni Mahamuni Swaha Tayata Om Muni Mahamuni Swaha Tayata Om Muni Mahamuni Tayata Om Muni Mahamuni Swaha 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 Tayata Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha Tayata Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha Tayata Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha Sanje Chodan Soki Chanam La Chanju Gazo Dani Gasuchi Gaji Chijin Give Chonan Jin Cholan Ranche Sanje Sho Sanje Chodan Soki Chanam La Chanju Gazo Dani Gasuchi Gaji Chijin Give Chonan Jin Cholan Ranche Sanje Sho Sanje Chodan Soki Chanam La Chanju Gazo Dani Gasuchi Gaji Chijin Give Chonan Jin Cholan Ranche Sanje Sho 심지어 담제요 토자라나 마치고 산제요 공부하는 뭐지 진행에 토바차 대제는 배 자주 쓰면 납전의 추진의 녀석 라와래 신고 신발을 튀고 토를 도저히 좀 많아 가지고 아니 가서 봐도 남들 쇼딩 얘기 삼삼차.
So we set our motivation to do whatever we can to attain the peerless state of enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. To attain that state of enlightenment, I know I must perfect all the trainings on the Bodhisattva path. To perfect those trainings in turn, I must have a good understanding, and I must gain that understanding based upon an unmistaken presentation of the path. And so it is with this in mind that I come here this morning to listen to an explanation of the stages of the path to enlightenment. La denso Ola de la Niba on Shila.
Ja, da 간제 가서 다 저거 둥긴 난칼라 아니 저거 뭐라게 진짜 자에 라마 임발에는 너바 또 마셔도 투바 아니 또 마셔도 투게 로다 또 마셔도 투바체 또 마셔도 투바티 레네 왜세 아니 가서 다 저 땡조라 좋아할 때네 아니 저 가서 자와 도지 전에 집에 양이 지라 주변 라마티거든 this is 세다 이거 소식 세다나 남이 지라 주변 라마치 아니 때네 가서 다 예소 아니 가서 지저 가서 잡발라 아니 가서 다 가서 파파토멜라 소베다 같이 같이 주줄 라마 여도 가서 다 같이 잡아야 하나 삼았다 주길 라마 아니 된도 아니 저 다 같이 좀 란지 뭐 진짜 추정 뭐 진짜 가서 란게 가서도 가서 다 같이 좀 되게 라마라 아니 가서도 란게 추정 것도 라마는 좋고 아니 되네 다지 가서도 가서도 라메 아니 주주 내주주 자주 아니 스탄제 돈 아니 되네 가서도 니어스지 결어서 장사 파베고 되네 란게 파베고 란게 파베 자주면 되네 가서도 년주지 아니 되네 가서도 다 같이 추정 다 가서 추정 송마 체전 다 같이 지금 또 소식 마사오면 가지고 선서 어떻게 지금 셋다.
So then we begin by visualizing our own root guru on our crown in the aspect of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. And from there, light rays emanate out in the creation of the merit field in front. And the merit field including the main figure of Guru Shakyamuni, Munindra Shakyamuni Buddha. And then with all of the different characters, different elements of the merit fields complete, including just behind the lineage of consecrated practices, headed by Vajradhara. And then to the right we have the lineage of extensive practice, headed by Lord Maitreya, and to the left of the central figure in the merit field, the figure of Manjushri, heading that lineage of profound view. And then also in front we have our own root guru, surrounded by all of the teachers from whom we have received teachings directly. And then in the succeeding levels of the merit field, or the circles, rings of that merit field, we have, of course, all of the four sets of the tantric deities, from the Anuttara or highest yoga tantra down through the yoga, the kind of performance level tantra, and the action or kriya level tantras. And then come the assemblage of all the Buddhas, the enlightened ones, like sets of them, specifically the 1,000 Buddhas of this fortunate eon. And then following those, the great level bodhisattvas, and including the 8 close disciples of the Buddha. And following them, the other vehicle practitioners, the solitary realizer practitioners, the hearer practitioners, and then the arhats, and then the dakas, dakinis, and the dharma protectors. And so until one has assembled really in one's imagination the entire merit field complete.
What did it? And then because of rank tago do it, and rank ginger marking a simple time check, Masama never use some check.
And also to see all, we are surrounded by all kind, mother, sentient beings without exception.
Masama never use some check. And then that rank dinner set up a dark talking that and 지원 정바 투가 혼자 다 투가 혼래 왜세 빠도 매버 퇴진 아니 가서래 다 간차체 아니 저기 다 라라게 nel다 가자 그 산지의 신경 아니 탐제를 왜세 퇴네 아니 왜세 퇴진네 아니 대달래 아니 20번 모스코라 아니 제탄네 아니 왜세 될래 아니 다 가자 저 가서도 다 가서도 산지의 신 ramjamla pa wese detale an sanje ge sing ramjam tene ramjamle an ishiba ngos jen tane an be chosin deta re la an kaso de ishiba chasaware le timsu samsamche.
So then from the merit field, yes, we have all the sentient beings all around us, and then from all the figures in the merit field, they are marked by the syllable om at the crown, a at the throat, and the hung at the center. And from the hung syllable at the center of each member of the merit field, again light rays emanate, and these light rays emanate out to all of the Buddha realms, inviting the wisdom beings from their natural abodes, and they come to the merit field and dissolve into each and every member of the merit field.
What did it? And that did it. What did it? That did it. And the negative social data, Tamja, and the Casoda Takaja, Ishiba Mosu shoots at a tape, because of Sanja Tamjagata, more in some, more in Batin. Never check, more you never check. And the Ranga Tawadi was Simja Tamjalas, and Quark Simja Dataja, and that the Quark Kosu, and Chil Casada Takaja, Koa, Kabado and Yansosu Tungala Sobata, not to get a sum of dungeon, and the Simja Lambi, and the Chosin Lambi Deba. What the legend on the Takaja Simja Data Tamja and the bear, you are touchable to be cheated and but talking. Cannot you come back to Matona Tamanto? The each to any bear that chicken casota, Lamgrim, but in Yamsu Langi, sometimes yet. You want you to Tobecheto and Lamgrim, but in Yamsu Langi.
So again, focusing on the merit field, and then gaining that sense of very powerful assurance that with the wisdom beings having dissolved into all of the pledged beings or the members of the merit field in front, that I am now in the presence of all actual presence of all the Buddhas. They are really there. And that furthermore, and through my contemplation of the sufferings of cyclic existence in general, and the three lower realms in particular, I visualize, I generate a sense of compassion for all of the sentient beings all around me, and together with that sense of faith and trust in focusing on the merit field, that again having that strong assurance that they have the ability to really protect from all suffering. And therefore I will, having gained that sense of confidence and trust in their teachings, set out to quickly practice wholeheartedly the path that they have taught.
어디지? 딱 간제 어디지? 딱 간제 소진 아니 소진 대다 담절라 아니 딱 가서 가서다 아니 가서다 주간 깨잖아. 둘라 주간 깨되네. 아니 주수제 아니 주수제 딱 제자 주수 소진 대다 담절라 아니 주수제 아니 주수제 전에 딱 간제 아니 되네 아니 주가제 주수제 아니 되게 제자잖아. 아니 근데 주션디야 아니 tu 가서도 오바 근데 오바 두유겠지 아니 근데 투 제발라 되네 아니 투디 아니 가서도 다 같이 다라 지금 가서다 그러나 지금 나 온톱도 근데 이제 뭐이나 라 할게 아니 할게 랑게 투가네 한번 봐도 매 봐도 아니 주수제 어떻게 딱 그데 온슈마뉴가 되는 이제 뭐이나야 슈마뉴가 된다 임바이네야 아니 저거 딱 같이 저거 동변가래 딱 같이 저거 추슈 깨치네 아니 딱 같이 저거 아니 랑이 딱 같이 저 가서다 저다 같이 저 가서다 딱 가서 이식이 라시를 두베다 추간다 아니 추추다 되게 되지 딱 같이 아니 추수제는 딱 쇼바되네 타이어 봐지 봐. 주전. 야채 뭐 쇼지 봐. 아니 되네. 거서도 다 같이 오버도 되는 거 도리 두글라. 네. 마. 추드마 친전다 주주제 추드. 아니 대다 징글 람네. 대다게 아니 저거 다 저거 도움 디바다 개와도 다 저거 리두소소 되나 동네 가리바 대다 시와제네. 시와제다 저거 제 아니도 녀모도서 바자다 저 시와제가 이거 개와제 줘서. 내 디가 제 내게 되게 장네. 다베시나 되게 누가 개발지 샤소한테 고마시.
So again, once focusing on the merit field and having really established that in a comfortable way, then we set out to generate the bathhouse and offering the bath to all the members of the merit field. And that here we establish the kind of perfect tiled and bejeweled canopies and pools with the pure nectars and waters that are used, perfumes and so on, involved in the offering of the bath and fresh clothing and so on to all the members of the merit field. Now, if we have taken an initiation or empowerment, then we can actually generate ourselves as the deity of our particular empowerment and offer the bath in that form. However, if we haven't, we can still generate out of emptiness the bathhouse and all of the offering goddesses who will perform all the actions of the bath and so on. And so once that is done, and then we can visualize it also that it's a very vast area. It's like in which one offers the bath, and all the members of the merit field plenty of space in order to receive their bath and so on. And afterwards, then all the waters that have been used in the bath, they run through 6 different pipeways, channels, and these 6 go to each of the 6 realms in turn, and upon reaching each of the realms, they perform the action of purifying all of the beings in those realms of all their negativities and obscurations in general, and also all of the negativities that they've accumulated through the three poisonous attitudes of attachment, aversion, and ignorance, together with the imprints of those negativities. So they are completely purified. Not only that, but the waters also purify all the impurities of the place in which those beings are living.
and what is that the Jenny and so by shoe and then Yana to mandate the Chapa Puye and Rota and cousin Shu and said and so at the mandate then and so at the Vetla and Deutsche Busukona so at the Ron Shinila Makubane Shuna and Casota Makubana Sonata Casota Tatsimbe Lona Tamja Shinila Kubas Shinila Kubane and Chinjula Lona Chinjumalo Lona Tajana give it. He gave it to an Getchina Budget and Shiwachi. What that the next Deutsche Busukona so at the PH what in the
And then once we have offered the bath, then also we see how all of the members of the merit field, having received their bath, then return to their designated positions in the merit field. And we focus our attention on that again, on the merit field, before now offering the seven-limbed practice and the mandala offering. And as we discussed the last week, we make that mandala offering in order to really supplicate for the success of three great purposes. And the three great purposes were that all of the negativities and obscurations, the faulty ways of thinking, from showing any disrespect to our spiritual teacher up to the holding of the two entities as truly existent, are pacified and eradicated, that they may be completely abandoned. And the second purpose is then the opposite of that, that through our correct mental attitudes, that we will be able to maintain thorough respect for our teacher, and up to being able to and indeed have all the correct attitudes of mind. And the second and the third one is that in order for those two purposes to be fulfilled, that all outer and inner obstacles may be quickly and easily pacified and eradicated. And so we make our mandala offering with that in mind. And so that the detailed way of going through each of the seven limbs in turn, from our making of offerings and so on, paying homage, etc., and the details involved in offering the mandala were covered in the previous weeks, and they can be found on the recordings of those previous weeks' teachings. So yes, and so we better continue on from here where we're at, otherwise to keep repeating might get confusing.
초사 지바장 무슨 똑바 줄에 깨고 똑바 줄에 깨면 초사 집장 그래서 제고래서 다 야라도 몇고나다 공부시다지 이게 좀 쉬우자 양조 레메바이나 양조 녀다 말리게도 양조니 이게 좀 쉬우 고로 대세 깨고 잡이어래
And so this process of the employing the merit field and the offering of the 7-limbed practice together with the mandala is of course a very essential practice, because it focuses on one, the accumulation of positive merit, and secondly the purification of negativities, both of which are considered essential in order to develop the realizations on the path, which of course we all want to gain. So I would really recommend that you would go back and listen to the recordings of the more detailed explanations of these, because it is so important.
단도 초신 조디 둘라 랑게 자외 라마 초동모도 라마 조건에 되네 랑게 자외 라마 되네 랑자 니버지 중네 랑게 지보를 슈네 아니 카랑다 투바치네 야 초신을 넣네 아니 안 초신 남라는 쇠대체네 아니 얘기다 지금 부디다 얘기 부디다 가자 지금 아니 가서도 다 가자 지금 되게 가서도 자주 남거리배 아니 틱 남술랑도 지기도 그래서 유원이도 산제 되고 지기도 되게 좀 해서 아니 소신 캔나게 아니 받친 걸 라고 쳤어. 다 말아주라 가서라. 로바소라 쳤. 어떻게 쳤.
And so and then of course we again focusing on the merit field, we make our own powerful supplications, you know, "O glorious and precious Root Guru, come take your lotus and moon seed placed here on my crown, keep me safe in your kindness and bestow on me the attainments of your body, speech and mind." And from our powerful, very heartfelt supplications, from that section of the merit field containing our own gurus, root gurus, surrounded by all of the teachers from whom we have received teachings directly. From our own root guru emanates a replica, a body of our root guru, which comes to the crown of our heads and stays there facing the merit field, and then begins to act as a representative for us to make supplication to the merit field, and really saying, you know, this practitioner, this child here is intent on really sincerely practicing the path of the Bodhisattva in order to attain enlightenment. And so I really request that you give your blessing to the merit field, so that his practice or her practice will be successful. And so this way they make supplication and they kind of representing us. And then the merit field respond and saying, "Yes, of course, we will bless."
가서다 미네야 초신되게 야야 팀네 아니 랑게 다 같이 저 가서다 저녁 것도 자외라만 된다 가서다 야팀 어디랬지 아니 되네 가서다 다다디 잠자야 다 삼보다고도 같이 주주가 라마데가데 찍라 찍템전에 야야 팀네 아니 가서 잡아다 잡아라 야팀 되네 나를 지나 주변 라마데 찍라 찍템전에 아니 여도지 참대 오다 된데 라마가라 믹전에 오다
And then follows, and then we visualize the dissolution of the merit field, and this begins with all of the lower circles of the members of the merit field, such as the Dharma protectors and the Dakas, Dakinis. They all dissolve into the row above them, until indeed all of those members dissolve into our own root guru, the one just in front of Munindra Vajradhara at the very Munindra Shakyamuni Buddha at the very center. And so all of those, including all our teachers and so on, dissolve into the figure of root guru. And then to the main figure, the right of the main figure, we have the lineage of the extensive practices And these all dissolve into the head figure there, which is Lord Maitreya. And on the other side, on the left, we have all of the lineage of profound view gurus who dissolve into the figure of Manjushri. And above and behind, all the members of the consecrated practices lineage dissolve into the figure of Vajradhara. And so now in the merit field, you're left with 5 figures, just 5 entities.
팀싱 아니 지금 다저 배마다 다외 되나서 보다 생트 되게 아니 두배 온거 생트를 파티 아니 진짜 자외라마디야 아니 가서다 같이 아니 두배 온거 다 두가를 쇼 어디서 아니 도지 창디야 아니 두배 온거 지원 마슈자다 두배 온거 마티 이 시스템에 수도 쇼다 라마 두배 온데 다 가서다 두배 온거 도지 창 숨어 있어 가서다 라마 동안 갔다 그냥 슈베서 삼세텔라 동안
And so then the figures of both Maitreya and Manjushri dissolve into the central figure of Shakyamuni Buddha in the center. Then our own kind root guru dissolves into the heart of the central figure, and Vajradhara dissolves through the crown of the central figure, coming to rest at the heart center as the wisdom being. And so this figure is now known as Munindra Vajradhara, and that this is oh yes, and all of the different seating that was being used by these figures, the lotus and moon, disc, seat, and throne where relevant, have all dissolved into the actual throne of the lion throne of the central figure also.
That is Lama Tuan Doji Chang's Lama Tuan Doji Chang's what that the nigger to be on with the and Senator, what did it
and so then this is Senator because of the oh yes, sorry. And so then we establish like that when we reach that point of coming down to the actual final figure in the merit field, the figure of Munindra Vajradhara, we focus our attention clearly, like as single pointedly as we can, just on that figure.
다 두배 온거 되니까 안에 다 가서 랑게 지고 진짜 자외라 말다 다 두배 온거 되니야 빨리 자외라 말은 뭐지 다게 지고 빼면 까지 고수도 뭐도 자도서 두배 온거 되니야 아니 지금 안에 수주네 안에 랑게 지고 다 되게 라마 세트에 봐 호텔에 팁 뭐다 호텔에 팁 딜레팁 다 딜레팁서 다 딜레쇼네 아니 다다 아니 데 호텔에 공부시 호텔
And so then the figure of Munindra Vajradhara comes to or dissolves into the figure of our own kind root guru, who is on our crown.
What I think that Rangi Chivo independent in making go get the Lango Jinja Lama number to Mashaja and Kudo says to Mata Utudo Deba, Shaji Chani, Takaja, the bed number chicken, to Shaji Chani, yes, and the young jacket, the second who said, Kula Chubu Dojo, Seba so much, Sebeti Wugarashi, Kuleti Wuga Pumuna, Shandu Kitungish.
And so then on the lion throne with the lotus and moon and sun disk mandala seat is seated our own true guru, our own root lama, in the form of now the conqueror Shakyamuni Buddha, or Munindra Vajradhara, Shakyamuni Buddha, who has a kind of a complexion such as colored like molten gold. He's has got the crown protrusion or ushnish, one face, 2 hands, with the right hand in the earth-touching mudra and the left hand in the mudra of meditative absorption, holding an alms bowl filled with nectar. The body of the figure of Shakyamuni is coated in the 3 saffron robes and very beautifully arranged, and that he's marked by the major and minor marks of an enlightened being, as in the nature of pure, clear light. And then he's seated in that light, which is emanating from his own body, inhaling him, and is seated in the Vajra posture. And that's also, then we offer the 7-limbed practice and mandala offering.
and pure color round to go round tie about 2 years and did a rang tag on the subject time check yamdo or something.
And so, as was explained before, in the process of the offering of the 7 limbs and the mandala, that we also emanate countless bodies equal in number to all of the atoms in the Buddha realms, as I explained before, or that we visualize all of our own previous rebirths from beginningless time, and that we are all engaged in these meritorious practices together. And also that all of the kind Mother sentient beings surrounding us are also engaged in making the offerings of, offering the prostration of body, speech and mind, the making of the beautiful offerings, those real and imagined, and the purification of negativities, the rejoicing in the virtues of others, the requesting the Buddhas to remain and teach and not to enter parinirvana, and the making of a dedication and so on. That all of these practices are offered, and that after each individual practice we also pause to notice that all the figure of the figure of Shakyamuni Buddha is pleased, is experiencing bliss from which arises emptiness, and so they are abiding in the wisdom of bliss and emptiness. This is quite important, quite significant. And so now, like where previously that figure on our crown was facing the merit field, is now turned around on our crown. And so then we offer that prayer reverently. I prostrate with my body, speech and mind. I declare all my negativities accumulated, first of all, whose body produces 10 million excellent virtues, whose speech sustains the hopes of all beings, his mind which realizes all objects of knowledge, whatever is to be known, to the glorious or the conqueror Shakyamuni Buddha, I bow my head in homage. And also then the 7-limb prayer, reverently I prostrate with my body, speech and mind. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and I present clouds of offerings, every type of offering actual and purified, and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of all others to the great enlightenment. And then making that those particular supplications, and offering the 4 continents, the sun and moon, and so on, and they were making these offerings to all the gurus, the meditational deities, and the triple gem, and saying, and please accept them through your compassion and bless us.
So pujusta kujidanya lama labela tuan doji chala so the chugu danya lama la tuan doji chala the longu danya lama la tuan doji tamjo kun lama labela tuan doji kidu kun lama la tuan doji kanjo kun lama tuan doji chujo kun lama tuan doji jamna kun lama labela tuan doji chala so des what is the.
And then comes the prayer, the from the miraculous book of the Gelugpas, and that's so this begins then, Supreme Lama Lord, embodiment of the 4 bodies, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Lama Lord, embodiment of unobscured Dharmakaya, and Munindra Vajradhara, I prostrate to you. Lama Lord, embodiment of the great bliss Sambhogakaya, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Lama Lord, embodiment of multiform Nirmanakaya, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Supreme Lama Lord, unity of all Lamas, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Supreme Lama Lord, unity of all tutelary deities, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Supreme Lama Lord, unity of all Buddhas, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Supreme Lama Lord, unity of all holy Dharma, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Supreme Lama Lord, unity of all Sangha, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Supreme Lama Lord, unity of all Dakas and Dakinis, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Supreme Lama Lord, unity of all Dharma protectors, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. Supreme Lama Lord, unity of all refuges, Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you.
So produce them, Tapaja, Swatching the Descent, and set up, and Swatching food in the Tapaja, and that Lama Tuan Doji Changla, and that Swatching Yongzog, Dani to Dech, and that, Digita, Shimambu, because of the Hamidawa comment, maybe in that Congoes and making so Chango, that can't get Dani to Dech, can't get the Dani, and that's Sunday Tom Chibushutua, that the Sunday Tom Chibushu.
And so that here this particular supplication is offered, as it says at the end of each verse, to Munindra Vajradhara, I pray to you. And this is the to show really that the single remaining figure of the merit field to whom we are making this supplication is the embodiment of all of the members of the merit field, of all enlightened beings. And so it's kind of really focusing, kind of like crystallizing our attention on one figure in order to supplicate all.
ni jo gona chuchin do ten do ba lama le jingle la do su sia sunde chebe jibo lama le kule asa to chen nga we se te je kyun bo ra sha sim je tham je je ne lu se la ma shu be thoma me ba ne sa be ti ba chi da kya ba do ne shini kaza da shini asam jo ni ko ne chuchin do sa ten ba la ge je ge ti ba ne do ta che ba tham je chang che da lu da sa we ge la shin je do ju su sa cha che wa de che.
And so this supplication then continues and focuses on myself and all mother sentient beings born in samsara have to experience severe suffering for a long time. This is the retribution for not properly serving our virtuous teachers in thoughts and deeds. Now I myself and all mother sentient beings pray, please bless us to properly serve our virtuous teachers in thoughts and deeds. So as a result of making this powerful supplication, and then from the Guru on our crown, the Guru deity on our crown, the 5 colored nectar lights begin to descend, and they enter in through the crowns and the bodies and minds of myself and all the sentient beings all around us, and all of the negativities that we have accumulated and obscurations that we have accumulated since beginning this time, in general, and in particular all of the negativities, obscurations, obstacles, sicknesses, demonic interferences that we have accumulated in because of the problems we have in relating to our spiritual teacher in thoughts and deeds, that these also have been cleansed and purified, and our bodies transform into pure, clear light. And then not only that, but then the light also transfers the blessing to be able to engage in perfect spiritual practice by granting us the conducive conditions of a long life, merit, and in increasing and a flourishing of the qualities of the scriptural and realizational Dharma. And in particular, we feel that we have been blessed to be able to have the potential to realize how to perfectly engage in the relationship with our spiritual teacher in both thoughts and deed, and that this is kind of something that is really firmly established in our mind stream. And following this is one of the main outlines known as the actual practice, and this has 4 sections. And the first of these is the benefits of relating to a spiritual teacher. Secondly, the disadvantages of not relating to a spiritual teacher. Thirdly, how to relate to a spiritual teacher in thought, and how to relate fourthly to a spiritual teacher in deed. And so then, with the first of these, how to the benefits of correctly relating to a spiritual teacher, and this begins with the emanation of all of our teachers from whom we have received teachings directly, emanating from the heart center of the figure of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha on our crown, and that these are emanated into the space in front, and we focus on them during this section. And so then the benefits of correctly relating to a spiritual teacher. First, that we will get closer to the state of enlightenment, and secondly, that it will please all of the conquerors. Thirdly, and that we will not be deprived of spiritual teachers in the future. Fourthly, that we will not fall into the lower realms. Fifthly, that we will not be overcome by misdeeds or negative karmas. And sixth, that we will not act contrary to the behavior of a bodhisattva, and through mindfulness all of our collection of good qualities will increase and increase. Seventhly, that all of our temporary and long-term or ultimate aims will be achieved.
아니 신이 즉 종사도 아니 신이 때 때마다 개가지고 요래 신이 체차네 다라고 오다 딩에게 다 계획신이 되나 득살해선다 지금 네발 녀한테 아니 네발녀 다들 다 뒤다 쭉 저와 중차도 아니야 안때네 신이 때마다 개가지고 요래 어느 때는 타마들라 아니 타마들라 다 가자 신이게 아니 수와다 아니 양솔랭 게 지고 요래 왔다 가자 되게 더 도단데 심바지고 와.
And so this is all very well looking at the benefits and so on, but what is very, very important at the outset when we are is to really find the spiritual teacher and to really examine the qualities, the characteristics, the qualifications of a spiritual teacher. And then once we have reached a point of conviction with regard to that, and then we make that very, very strong decision that yes, I can trust this person, and now I will enter into this spiritual relationship with that spiritual teacher, and practice what is being advised.
어디 고도하면 어다 지금 당보제 지금 어다 지금 변에 기시레샤 라마레샤 름부체레샤서 어다 명담나 봐 교체제 아니 제라 아다 레몬도 삼사주나다 다 배사로 다 당보네 당보 추그 제와 샤와 있네 라마도 라메 제와 개매 받지 아니 저거 추저 주셔서로 샤 다들 장고를 저 뒤에도 송대들이 what 최저로 뒤셔 아니 간잠소네 문에 다네게 오 되는 얘기 라마 때나 직사에 삼삼게 아니 저 등주지 중앙 인바이나 중앙 아니 신의 라메 뒤셔 중국으로 왔다 라마스도 이제 rembu체다 기시데 내게 말해 정보시나 라마스도 다 라라 추그 람들 지게 문에 다네게 다 지금 가서데 람들 지게 다 가자 지게 가서다 된대지라 다 라마스 고고로 와 라를 비 동바치 옹롱 맹아라 소바다 가자 지금 어딘데 지금네 다 가자 저 랑게 땡게 되지 주변에 다 가자 도와지겠지 로다 뭐다 이들이 계획신이 지금 고고로 와 민을 때문에 좀 더 받친다 다들 뒤때마이나 알 랑게 땡문에 자네게 저 가서데 저거 라메 챙이 챙기도 챙으면도 아니 어딘데 때 아니 라야 로메게 챙이다 챙기도 챙으면도 야 청마체 어떻게 좀 이번에 어떻게
And so there are a number of important considerations that must be examined before one engages in the relationship of guru-disciple. And that here, the first thing is that just because somebody is a geshe, somebody is a rinpoche, does not automatically qualify them as a guru. And that this is so important. It's not the name that counts, and it's very sad if somebody just goes for somebody based on some sort of other reputation as a geshe, as a rinpoche, and enters into the relationship with the guru, and then afterwards finds that it's not suitable, it's not appropriate. That is a very tragic set of circumstances. And so it's very, very important that at the outset, if one likes a particular teacher, that one should consider it not as a disciple, a guru relationship, but really as a dharma friend. And that's very important to sustain that until one gains enough confidence and enough trust to really consider, now I'm ready to enter into that disciple-guru relationship. Which is of course very much important, and when we say guru here, we mean somebody that shows the path, that they can engage in initiation or empowerment, to give scriptural teachings and the in quintessential instructions for progress on the path. And in other words, they are a person qualified to show the path to true and permanent happiness. And so when one has examined all of the so-called qualifications of such a teacher and finds them to be complete and having all those qualifications, then also they must examine the qualities of the disciple. Is the disciple qualified themselves to enter into that guru-disciple relationship?
선도 되발 지금 용어도 지금 가서다 나니 신인데 와도 다 이제 명도 배우면 돼. 이내 다 가시 지금 가서래 지금 토마 라마 댄서 왔죠. 좀 붙이지. 라마 댄서 안제 라마 되게 지금 줘봐도 또 좀 맞지 중앙도 아 당원들 라마 댄서 딱 가르치고 그랬어. 아니 다 대화 연구도 됐어. 셰딩도 다 가르치고 있어. 다 잡았잖아. 직전에 라마게 눈도 떠서요. 아니 로마게 눈도였다. 그거잖아. 로마 생이 마상에 차오르다. 저 로마 생이 상에서 아니 가서는 아니 교연 통화네 교연의 대박집에 도스로 거기로 와. 거기로 왔다. 거기로 와. 다 된자 아니 교연 통화달라 아니 다 남자 대발로 온데 아니 로마게 생이 마상에 차오르다. 로다 라메게 눈도 여도 가고때 로메게 눈도 도와 그 니가를 때네 그것도 용되게 도와든 용되게 왔다 되래 간잖아 즉 교연 통화는 대배 도스로 도와 차기도나 아니 내가 쓰요 말아 봐 다
And so, sometimes I have had occasion to meet with students who have given the story of having met with a particular Rinpoche and entered into that guru-disciple relationship with them. Then they saw that Rinpoche acted inappropriately and thereafter lost their faith. And now they're coming to me saying that they don't know what to do, they're confused, and that they have lost their guru, etc., etc. But even though, yes, that the particular guru may have acted, and may indeed have acted incorrectly, that there is also fault on the disciples' part, because they have not had adequate qualification to enter into that relationship in the first place. So they have to take responsibility for having the incomplete set of characteristics to be a proper disciple. One of which is that when one sees fault in one's guru, that it only serves to increase one's faith in that guru. And so if the fault does not do that, then you are not a completely qualified disciple to begin with.
라메게 노주 도코도 로메게 노주 차데 오다데네 다데네 다 가이나면 로메 친이 근데 창고도 라마게 베나 그치 가서도 다 베나 도에슈네 시베 라메게 친이 근데 창고도 다모자 택바 첨부 라마데네 택바 첨부 슈네 시베 라메 친이 근데 창고도 상하게 라메 친이 근데 창고도 요르바다 어디게 아니 시바 제체는 어디데 차
And so therefore one must really acquaint oneself with all of the different qualifications and qualities that make for a fully qualified disciple, and then also to make oneself aware of what makes for a fully qualified guru in the context of guru of the from the Vinaya tradition, a guru on the Bodhisattva level, and a guru on the Tantric level, because the qualifications differ.
어디가 다 되게 아니 소소 다 근데질 수고 이메이나 아니 대다 투메게 라마텔라 차견 창고도 창고도 돼 아니 대가다 로메게 아니 천이 창고에 다 로수고 내와 되게 로메 천이 뭐 보죠 되게 천이 되게 대 창와체 어디도 연구도 어디도
And so therefore then once one is kind of like informed or educated in this way, then one can make more sanguine decisions in relation to what makes for this person with whom I have an affinity, are they or are they not qualified as a guru, and then myself to really be honest about whether I am qualified or not to be their disciple. And one of the qualities, of course, of a fully qualified disciple is that one is able to make clear, honest decisions oneself that are not biased.
어디서 다 이제 다 되게 다들 지금 라면게 다 라면 처모래 다가는 남주 락자라 대존할 개보여 되게 잘로 나더라 어디서.
So this particular topic is dealt with in some detail in the great treatise on the path to enlightenment, on the stages of the path to enlightenment, the Lamrim Chenmo, and also in the text called Liberation in the Palm.
그래서 파지 대별로 대바 전부 잡아 있는데 얘네 이게 대주다 대바서라 Rakasa wata tote kingu lungu dacha na yuende chuta tempa sanga chiwa chini duwa shiwa nye shiwa sanga daga yuende chuta tempa chiwa diga diga an tsanga du tsangma do daya cha ani mata la yang ani chiga kasa da mata la yang tse dile chima kya chiwa rang le shen kya chiwa chiga yuende da kyo mi niga dama yuende maa yuge chiga da yabat kogu yora mata le kogu yora wadira cha
And of course, in the Lamrim Chenmo, the great treatise on the stages of the path to enlightenment, there are different lists of qualities necessary for a guru to be qualified. I think there's one list of 10, which includes that a teacher should be well informed on the scriptural teachings, that they are very disciplined in their own mind, and so on. And you can look those up for yourself. At the very least, it says that any qualified guru should have 3 qualities, at the very least. And that is, one is that they are place more emphasis on future lives than on this life, that they place more concern on others than they do on themselves, and that they have more good qualities than faults. That's the very minimum.
And Chechimale Chedi Gacho as Sigage and the Shell Ran Gacho as Sigage and you dig down Gunig and the Gumanga, you know, that's our
So you can imagine the opposite of those 3 qualities of somebody who claims to be a guru but places more emphasis on this life than on future lives, and places far more importance on themselves than on others, and has more faults than good qualities. Then you're in big trouble if you really want to rely on somebody like that. And so if you have meet a person, a teacher, with at least those 3 good qualities, then you will at least not be in danger of being deceived.
Then you may say, "Ko Ming Chabo the Ketchabo Barta." Kasana Shinigi Yundes the Nangi Yunde Kejarwa. Go Mingi Kejamare. Mingi Kejamare.
So one of the rules of thumb that one should consider in choosing a spiritual teacher is that a big name is not important when it comes to your spiritual teacher, because the most defining characteristic of a proper spiritual teacher is an inner quality, not an external quality. And so that so this can create difficulties with people, because we seek for the big reputation Lama, and this can lead to problems for us. But if the person is an unknown but has developed inner good qualities, then that is perfectly fine as a teacher.
asa nyegu wene nyendo nyue lena tsetela lusela neba chamozamla min kasade milam tu ya nyue ja lede tone seba juata takaje jiga sosu ge shinye de takaje jiga ruwa shinye tsini tsangmachi ene de da chuishindu tene da kasa shinye la nyegu jeba yingde ene kasade da nyendo kasada ureta nyendronyo lena ja tsetela ko lusela neba chamozanya takaje tso sota chimbo yogo yora de wote sugo yora ta sanja pado mebala yuenpyo awe jan kasa de gegza nam sijin neba soje penyo pado meba sonso je wote je.
And other characteristics or qualities are that if one has a fully qualified guru, a spiritual friend, and one is serving that spiritual teacher in a perfect way, and then it says that karmas that would have otherwise led to an experience in the lower realms can now be experienced in this life through minor harms. And even in dreams, that they can then be purified and eradicated in this way. And it also says that through the perfect relationship with a fully qualified guru, that it outshines all root virtues like offerings to countless Buddhas, and that therefore just serving one guru correctly has the power to exceed the merits of making offerings to all countless Buddhas.
로다 다니 지금 라마치니 차와지 아니 로마치니 차와지 뭐이나 아니 랑게 초게싱 세트 먹어봐 초게싱데 라마치 차티하러 믹스게 유질라주션 제 먹어봤잖아 초게싱 안 차티하러 라마치니 차와지 아니 로마야 치니 차와지 뭐이나 어떻게까지 소소답 전부 연구도 하고 되죠.
So it's really saying that if one has a fully qualified guru and a fully qualified disciple, then there's no need to engage in other elaborate visualizations in order to accumulate merit, because the means for accumulating huge merit is there, right there in that relationship. And so then with regard to the different benefits of being able to perfectly relate in both thought and deed to one's spiritual teacher, the first of these, as you will recall, is that one gets closer to the state of enlightenment. And then there's some scriptural evidence for this from the protector Nagarjuna, from his text known as the 5 stages, where he says, giving up all other forms of worship, undertake the worship of the Lama. Through pleasing him, you will achieve the supreme knowledge of omniscience.
개와나 개바주가 인게 산제 란제에서 담세도 동바 추신도 마소와 산제 장선을 추바표나 추바표와 산제 편유 용거를 산제의 장선 남제 계신도 시에 편유 주고 말이었어. 단 라마지가 신제 추신도 제나 라마대처나 산제 장선 탐제에서 제 마자와 있네요. 아니 다지 주연데 라마대 룰라주는 추발레파시와 인데서.
And then also the second of those benefits, that it will be pleasing to the conquerors. And so it's saying here that if you do not maintain your pledges and your vows correctly, but you still engage in making offerings to all the Buddhas, then it says, apart from the benefits you gain from just the offering, you will not gain the benefits of pleasing the Buddhas. However, if you engage in proper relationship with your spiritual teacher, your guru, just one spiritual teacher correctly, and you make offerings, and then all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will come directly in front, and residing in the body of your guru will gladly accept your offering. And then also from Manjushri's own words, that text, from Lopan Sangha Yeshe, it says, I will abide in the bodies of people having these qualifications. When these other accomplished beings accept your offerings and are pleased, your mind stream is purified of karmic obscurations.
라메 미봉 춘이 라시레서 레나 추미 사와 인치를 시작을 했죠.
And then from Geshe Potoa, from the book either known as the Blue Book of Spells or the Blue Lapis Vase, and this is in relation to the third of the benefits, how one will never be deprived of spiritual teachers in the future. It says here that therefore, regarding Dharma relationships, without thorough consideration, you should not take too many teachers as your guru. Having made through consideration, you should respect the Lama you have chosen. Then in the future you will not lack teachers, and so your efforts will not have been wasted.
다 소소 라마이나 카이나티 야고 제주 아니 야고 제주네다 제바제네 안다 되게 교통에 다 대발로서 말에 대배교 조사를 얻을 아니 때네 찍대 아니 디 제네 야고 중앙 임바이나 아니 들매 저 오다 라마리아스 이제가 규모가 받치잖아 안테네 림베제네다 즉 가서다 수tem바이네 강에 매게 차기도나 아니 림베 마드마드마네 같이 내가 요 말봐 내가 요 말봐 다 담분에 섭섭 맞지바이나 에 간자스나 어다 라마딜레티 야가다 딜레도 아니 교다에 소리 차니까 요봐 연대 통교 참을 교통에니까 요래 어때 다 딜레 담부 되네 아니 되네 아니 거기 가소래 다른 매치 가소래다 내가 매 대바이나 아니 냠내를 팽거도나 다 많다네 내가 요 말봐 어때 이내 담부 딱지 제고 소나 담부 딱지 제 아니 딱지 제는
And so that's for us too as beginners on the path. This relationship is of course crucial. Therefore, it is extremely important that we do the proper due diligence in the process of looking for such a teacher, and then in the process of checking them out and analyzing their qualities, what they are, who they are, what they're about. And we have to go through this and be very, very careful at the outset, and that to really not commit until we are able to see that the faults that we might see in that person, in that guru, only serve as causes for the increase of our faith in the guru and in the Dharma itself. And so this is of course a gradual process, isn't it? It's not something that can happen immediately. So great care must be taken. Otherwise, if we are entering into that sort of relationship in an immature way without due diligence, then it might be fine at the beginning, but as the guru ages, we will see more faults and so on, and that there may be the problem of seeing more faults than good qualities, and that is not helpful. And that we should consider overall that if our practice is flourishing, if our practice is being beneficial, then that's a good relationship to have.
지금 달에 계획신이 그 두시기에들 용되게 요봐. 그러나 내가 지금 달에 소소가 삼부당당 소소가 너무한테 그거 말대 봤자 너무 뒤에 답시 제가 있나? 내가 지금 짐바이네. 아니 내가 지금 팽기도 삼삼로 깨두고 요봐. 그러와 내가 깨와대 나 팽기도 녀냠내 팽기도 삼삼. 그래서 그 삼부당당 라래도 와. 그래서 너무한테 고급 마트 봤잖아. 너무 뒤에 탑시 제와이나 아니 강에서 개팅 말봐. 먼저 너무 뒤에 탑시래. 너무 고급 마트한테 아니 점점 강에 제하고도 와. 강에 제하고도 와.
So so much of the relationship actually depends on our own thinking, thinking from the disciple's point of view. And that this is very, very important, because if we at the outset have the main purpose to and the full understanding of what Dharma practice means as the opposing of mental affliction, then even when harm comes from the relationship with the Guru, we can interpret that harm in a way that helps us to oppose our mental afflictions, and therefore it's ultimately beneficial. And so it's all down to our own thinking. Something that any experience, interaction with the Guru, if it is helpful to oppose the mental afflictions, whether it's a good or bad, is always good practice. And so it's important that we do not give any opportunity to the mental afflictions. And so therefore, if the relationship that you have with your Guru is only furnishing opportunity for your own mental afflictions, then there is something wrong with that relationship, and one must re-examine that relationship.
다들 펜불롱밖에 펜뷰 공부하잖아요. 다 갑자기 니 기질하는 다 발라마 첨부 있잖아요. 부여만 보이고 열봐. 부여 미 표기만 보여라. 안디 공부하잖아요. 저와 표기에서 와. 공부다 펜불롱밖 공부하잖아요. 기디르츠라 샤라 표에다. 아니 군제 표에 되는 펜도 나고 열봐. 안디 좀 아니 기질하는 담배에 펜보하고 공부하잖아요. 아니 저와 표할래. 아니 미셔바지 기실랑을 통발라 견주 제바이나 견주 제바는 딜 썸라 아니 가나차 연구도스 가서는 견주 제바인데 아니 서바코메 국합 정도 등가를 개와 약을 죽두고도스 가나차 뭐 연구도스 그래서 초바 표와나 펜보 공부를 초바 표와 초바 표할래 아니 미셔바지 기실랑을 통발라 견주 제바이나 견주 제바이나 다 독자 나와이나 견주 제바이나 아니 디스템라 디펜도 차 중수 삼서
Die Schilling mit Hamburg, Tukla.
Tukla, 디펜도 차 중수. 그래서 쇠배 pen 삼진 미자와 열어 봐. 쇠배 pen 야고 시바이나 걸 쇠바들라. 그 바람 냄게 거 봐. 안티 바람 냄 받는 게 쇠배 남네 야고 시우 정도도 거나 또나 차 연구도 있어. 맞다. 들어 왔다 가서 오늘 단에 그 pen 동거잖아. 근데 강에 중간에 좋아라 주고 열어다. 나 가라도 근데 통금에 해서 네 가고도 와.
So that there's an instance of this in the case of Geshe Langri Tangpa, one of the great Kadampa lamas, Geshes, and that he was in the region of Pemba at one stage. Pembo, in Tibet, and as a very well-known and important lama, he received many offerings. And he was then redistributing all those offerings to the monasteries in that Pembo region. And in the course of doing that, he became aware that one particular person was highly critical of him, and was really disparaging these actions. And that this
action marta. 미지가 다 지금 답변에 견주 제바이나 너바 개바이나 아니 딜 셈라 딜 가서래 저 전화 차 연구도스
the ngone yomarawa the koso the 송초낭이야
저 송주나 말다 딱 미셔바지가 다 좀더 너바 개가 열봐 섬서 견주 지금 연구 다 연구로 와다 되게 지금 기지 코라라 미셔바지가 너바 개서나 아니 티 초바 표와들래 너바 개와들라 섬나 기바 연구도스 미지가 너바 개와이나 아니 다 코랑게 다 지가서 서바가 남네 야분난 거 열봐 그래서 아니 미지 너바 개와이나 아니 섬나 빼 기고 연구도스 이 초바 표와래 때 섬나 디기바 연구도스 다 초바 표나 표현 친구 연구다 딜레 서베 표현 친구로 와
And so that there wasn't a particular instance of somebody criticizing in that particular moment. But Geshe Langri Tangpa himself was pointing out that more pleasing to me, to my mind, is when more pleasing than making all these offerings, is that when somebody is critical of me, who criticizes me, who harms me. Why? because it is only then that I can really practice my patience very well, and that gives me great joy. And so this is so really showing like the true mark of a true practitioner, and that the joy of making offerings is exceeded by the superior practice of being able to really test his own patience when somebody is highly critical.
아니 내가 기계에 강에 요거 봐. 그래서 뭐 이거 내서 마시 맞아 몽배 원게 아니 내가 기계에 들어서 컨트롤하기도 와. 컨트롤하기도 와. 딱뭐 이거 내서 약을 심어나 딜라 때는 소소고 도다 쳐보지 줍두고 요바데 심어이나 내가 기계 왔더나 아니 가난 요에 다 기실랑이 탐바 좋아하는 때데 요요 와.
And so this is really a case of language really pointing out again that we know the actual situation of what's going on. If it's a situation whereby somebody is harming us in any way, being critical and so on, and that it's through our own ignorance, our own confusion, that anger arises. Anger arises from the confusion of not actually knowing the big picture, not actually seeing the actual situation, and that when we actually see the real situation and understand the bigger purpose, meaning that if I can enhance my patience in the face of this kind of harm, that is a tremendous more important purpose and more important victory for me than just simply displaying anger. So if one sees that's actual situation, the real great purpose of being a wonderful patient practitioner, then one won't allow that confusion to give rise to the anger.
다 단단히 지단데 혹되는 저음에 되게 소스도 이내 단계도 삼로 땅쪽 돈에 뭐 여기 내주 심마신 거 돈에 아니 요구도 와 뭐다 되지 근데 제조 사변제 개바동도 파류 침배추 고다 간라 다 개바 멍비도나다 저거다 그 가서다 저 고다 간라 도바 동화라서다 주자라 동화라 소바사 라면 가서 초보 다 개바 먹고라 싸고야 돼서 아니 저 다다디 나라메 그 롤라페 뉴도 초초조데 가서 라면 람제에서 깨지지가 되었다 로다 다다디 라면 내조가 다 냠내디 깨지지가 되되지 신이 되지 다 뼈에 답 때는 제바이나 깨지지가 되도게 초사 되지 림조 제바 림조 제라 가와 검시 안사 와단데 림조 제라 가와 검시다 라마라 림조 제들 아루 소소데 고급주다 가와 공고를 시야 숨비치죠.
And so that's in many situations where such incidents arise, where there's some harm to you or frustration and so on, but that you need to be able to really think out what is the big picture, what is the correct way of seeing things, in order to allow patience to have its victory in those times. And that again, in relation to relating to the spiritual teacher, we have from Sakya Pandita, the merit gained through the practice of the 6 perfections and the sacrificing of head, arm, legs, etc. for thousands of eons is gained in but a moment through the Guru path. Shouldn't you rejoice that when made to serve him?
내가 타도가 되한테 주고서마다 신이 아사 니에고에네 년도뇨에 레나 쳇딜라 루셀라 너바 타모삼 밀람도 노에자 레데 존에 세바주와 인데 동북고베 돌레자 리제부 계획신이 용수소에 장조 선반의 년도 미동고 계획신이 그 양다바소에 장조 선반의 레다 뇨몽베 And
then through the advantage again of relying correctly on a spiritual teacher, where it says that all one's temporary and ultimate goals will be achieved, and that here, and that's also saying that through one's correctly relating to the spiritual teacher, and that karmas that might otherwise have had to be experienced in the lower realms will now be experienced as minor harms of body and mind in this life, and that in this way they can be easily borne and experienced. From the laying out of the Stalks Sutra, it says, child of good family, those bodhisattvas who are fully accepted by a spiritual teacher will not fall into the lower states. It will be difficult for those bodhisattvas who are fully accepted by a spiritual teacher to be overcome by defilements and bad deeds.
Sanje pado me balu yuan pyo wa soje jaza nam sije no ba soje sa pyo yun shin de che wa sun de sambo de gyule gan che chojo sanje na jajo sembe sonam be loben ba be khungbu khungji cho deni loben cheche ba sanje jajo semba 6 she soje.
And then with regard to that advantage again of relying correctly on the spiritual teacher, that it says that through relying on the spiritual teacher, it outshines all the root virtues that are gained from offering to countless Buddhas. And this comes from the Sambhutta Tantra. It says, offering to a single pore of the Guru's merit is superior to that from offering to the Buddhas of the 10 directions and to the Bodhisattvas. Thus the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas see when someone offers to the Master.
The pores, yeah, the pores of the...
And so here it's saying too that in the context of offering to the single pore of the Guru, and here it can mean also to offer to the Guru's relatives, the Guru's pet dog, and that those who are close to the Guru and so on. The meaning. Niba maden be
nimi ne sata maden be nimi ne 신이 도 제네 된줄 로나 레다 담보 마덴베 님이 덴베 편유 어제 단데 덴베 편유로 와 아니 마덴바 아니 덴장 된줄로 와서 그래서 요구고 진짜로 된서 다 이내다 니가 마덴베 님에서 다 덴데 출신도 마덴바스 그 거기서 다 뒤에서 어떻게 있어 마덴베 님이 다 신이도 제네서 된줄로 왔네 로나네 아니 체데 산제다 그래서 체데서 내다 도메아서 체와다 치마니 도가 빠도 매바 농아 좋아 아니 라망가 줘버려 된데 그걸라 삼제네 그래서 로마 주베어서 내나냐 산제 탐제 내베나 된데 다도 동에도 제송소서
So the next outline under this heading was the disadvantages of not relating to the spiritual teacher. And again, it's just pointing out, normally this has two kind of subsections. There's disadvantages of not relating to the spiritual teacher, and then the disadvantages of relating incorrectly to the spiritual teacher. And these both seem to be subsumed into this heading, where it can be read as the disadvantages of not relating correctly to the spiritual teacher. And so these are enumerated. Again, one is saying that once one takes a person to be a spiritual friend, and then one relates incorrectly to that spiritual teacher, and then in this life one will have sickness and will be tormented by sickness and by demons. And secondly, in future lives one will fall into the lower realms and have to experience suffering limitlessly.
다 나주발에 된대권에 삼전에서 로마 주발 얘는 산제 탐제 내면에 된다 동네도 제송자 혼자 자나제 가제도 장발에 직제 직전년 발에 간제 라마 미서 키게네 자제네 메시지도 겨워주 셰당점.
And that then in relation to this, a quote from 50 verses of Guru Devotion by Ashwagosha. It says, if you disparage your Guru after feeling he is your protector and becoming his disciple, you disparage all the Buddhas, and suffering will always be your lot. And likewise from the commentary on the Kalayamari Tantra, where it says, one who upon hearing even one verse of teaching does not hold that person as a lama will be born 100 times as a dog, and then in a very bad caste.
존대대제 가자바 라나 도절 하다제바 지단 타자 잡아 주게 디게 마세체 답반제 라마텐 텐줄 로소나 대수고요 다 라마텐에 텐줄 로바이나 아니 와다 아니 네바 근데 정도서나 아니 다 된데 계자 마티스나 하다제바 지단 잡아 주게레스 와체 다 이나다 도점 주기에서 존대대 가자바 라나 도절 제바 지단 탐자 잡아 주게 디게 마마시 상연답에 왠제 중시 주다 다 상다 야셔한 중세시 주로 쳐다서 파워팀의 뉴스 답에 리포트팀의 예쇼아서 참여발라 소바 미세바다 냐와칸다 녜셰바 대남키네 네두주 대네 개바 타예 소서 대외나 남바군도 남여 로빈예바 미차 셰다.
And again, from the Vajrapani initiation tantra, where Vajrapani is in discussion with the Buddha, he asks, "O Bhagavan, what are the ripening effects of disparaging one's master?" And the Bhagavan replied, "O Vajrapani, I will not tell you, for it would terrify the worlds, gods, and all. But, O Lord of the esoteric, I will say this much. Heroes, pay attention. Listen. I say those people will stay in any of the mighty hells I taught on, the heinous crimes, etc. And this for infinite eons. Never, therefore, despise your master."
다들 상하고 온다부터 쉬다 담번에 지지레스라자 람냐 주치 아니 되네 온다부터 쉬 간장선에 되는 데라 가다 제반단 단 내가 다 되네서 라마도 자원인의 땡기면서 없었다 로키오다 디자도 최저와 자원인의 지금에서다 안되네 다시니도 로쪽으로 와.
So this is in relation to that category of incorrectly relating to your spiritual teacher. And it's specifically in the context of a tantric relationship as well. Let's say where one has taken someone to be their guru, has taken initiation or empowerment from them, and thereafter they disparage that guru. And they say, "I will never relate to that spiritual teacher again. I won't engage in this practice again." So this has very, very severe consequences, as have been related here.
나 참자면 당가서 내던 뭐다 TV 아니 저기 도서도 저기 어다디 되게면도 디지털 카다에 도서도 요거다 디디 내가 도 싸길 때 신이 로스도 책임만 다 신이 로스도 다 단에서도 싸워는 제가 지금 메시지 열었다. 뭐 점점 컨트롤산에 왜 열었다. 요다 소소 질러라지 파부서나 다 단에서도 진님도 죽을 더 싸워는 지금 메시지 소치. 보다 더 아니 신이 로스 되네 로도
And so this is saying really that the fault of incorrectly relating to your spiritual teacher, the meaning of it as it is laid out here, is quite severe. And it's not like one relating to a spiritual teacher who you might occasionally get angry, and you might occasionally criticize, you might occasionally disagree with, and so on. And saying that, as we are beginners in this and so on, you might have, a bad day with your guru. Here, it's relating to somebody who takes a very strong decision that I will never engage in any relationship with that guru again. I completely reject them and reject what they are teaching. And so this is the category of incorrectly relating to the spiritual teacher.
Sanje nyamjor lesa loben la ne mewa ta melam to ya thomi cha sheta jermo che lama la nyemi sola chi ya mizemba thosam konsola beba ke cheba tani ngendu go cheba ya yinte sa doji ni mu jinji kyule kanje lobe yangda me de yu ko tube cho ni da donzi na ni da duzi nambante keba tondo le jo ja.
And also from the Buddha Sambhuti text, where it says, it is not good to see those who condemn their teacher, even in your dreams. And Ajay Rinpoche Lama Tsongkhapa also says that if one does not refrain from engaging in criticism or disparaging one's guru, then no matter how much effort you put into learning, reflection and meditation, it will only serve to open the door to the lower realms. And that then also there's the so and also then from the Tantra of Essential Ornament of the glorious Vajra, where it says, whoever despises his perfect master, though he be the best practitioner of every Tantra, though he give up all society and sleep, and practice well for 1,000 eons, he will achieve only the hells, and so on. And then, so with regard to that, like that somebody may have engaged in the 5 heinous crimes, or forsaken the Dharma, or committed the 4 defeats related to the Pratimoksha vows, and great negativities like that. But even so, they are still capable of practicing and achieving the supreme Vajra vehicle. However, if you have really from your heart disparaged the master or the guru, then even though you will practice for eons, 1,000 eons, you will achieve absolutely nothing. And likewise, it says even the companions of that particular person also will not achieve anything. And also then from the Guhya Samaja Root Tantra, it says, a sentient being may have committed great negativities, such as the heinous crimes, but they can still succeed in the supreme vehicle, the great ocean of the Vajrayana. But someone who despises his master from his very heart may practice but will not succeed.
Ninja that the shukting tika mitika the ninja. That the mangche the yawn to kundu sunju shumani go yomar, on shumani go yomar. Ninja.
So again, it's saying how sad, like those practitioners of the Shukden controversy and at Geshe and so on, and so has taken empowerment from His Holiness himself, His Holiness Dalai Lama, and that have taken this position of really from their heart disparaging, despising the Guru. That's very, very sad, very sad. And all those disciples of that Geshe as well. All those they would fall into this category of the companions, of that person. Quite a few. And so that so many who have also quite a few now taken money from China to finance these deliberate protests against His Holiness wherever he goes in the world. These are all, it's been proven that this is connected with this Shugden group, and that even though many who are engaged in these protests haven't ever taken any initiation, but yet are now very severely tainted by that association, in a negative way for their future. It's very sad.
동안 초와 잡군요. 셰 라마로 콘도 깨지 마 찍게내서 개와 찍도 사베서 개서 좀네 개와 찍이 윤도 남에도 내고 속에 개와 자유 발라서 개와 자유 발라서 림테 신야서 윤데 마제반나 미게와 개와 남자 냠네 조심 대야서 로리레션 다와리레션 샤리레션 타나 니면가고 춘제도 냠네 조서.
And then from the Kalachakra root tantra, it says, count the moments you are angry at the Guru. You destroy root virtues built up over eons. You will experience intense suffering in hell, and so on, for that very number of eons. So it's here, it's that even if you have anger at the Guru for just one moment, it says that this will destroy the merits, root virtues that have been accumulated over an eon of time, and that for one, you will have to remain in the hell without respite for one eon, or continue on for 100 eons. It says also that the qualities that have not been generated in your mind stream will not newly be generated. And those qualities that you have will begin to really deteriorate and diminish over the course of a year, over the course of a month, over the course of a day, and from morning until evening. And then, so it's saying then, okay, then how should we view, how should the disciple view the master, the teacher? And so if we ask that question, and it's there's an answer coming from the Vajrapani initiation tantra, which says, O Lord of the esoteric, that if you ask the question, how is it that the disciples should see the master, they should see the master as Buddha Shakyamuni Buddha.
미게베 신이다 틱도 때나야 윤된 팁진 꽤 펜의 미되버 그래서 팁진에서 꽤 펜에서 미되버 게베 넘바 탐제도 방와자와 송소서 원아 디베 조부 대 강라 자냠나 강라 조베 장주게 셈제 펑베 장주게에서 셈제 펑베 라바숨 기 남네 교상 공소 넘버 2와 대 디괴 조부 임바 셰바 차고
so then, again, if one associated with a non-virtuous spiritual teacher or a negative friend, then one's qualities will be obscured and one's negativities will increase. And since this is something that we don't want, we need to avoid and abandon non-virtuous teachers and negative friends. And so then it says, how do we know about what is a negative friend? And it said, if a negative friend leads to any sort of deterioration of your practice of the three trainings, be it your learning, your reflection, and your meditation on the three higher trainings, which are inspired by your bodhisattva motivation. If there's a deterioration at any level of those, then that is the result of associating with such negative friends. And again from Geshe Potowa's Blue Book of Spells, or the Blue Lapis Vase text, he says, if the three trainings impelled by bodhicitta increase in the place where you live, then this is an appropriate place to live. If they increase with the friend you associate with, then that is an appropriate friend. If the opposite is the case, then that is not an appropriate place to be, and nor is it an appropriate friend to associate with. And again from the 37 practices of the Bodhisattva, it says, from staying together with friends who misguide us, hatred, desire, and ignorance grow. Studying, contemplating, meditation declines. Love and compassion are lost. Sever ties with misleading friends. This is the practice of a bodhisattva. And so that it's saying too that these are holy beings who have said that the negative friend doesn't have to be the one coming around wearing horns, that they don't have to be ones wearing rough clothing, but they can actually appear to be very kind and caring friends, very affectionate, with lots of concern for you, with a great affinity for you, and giving you like special consideration pouring tea for you, etc. But in effect, yeah, so yes, so like they might be promising to, you know, to sacrifice their life for you, you know, that they're that sort of friendly. But in effect, the upshot is that they are only serving to separate you from your spiritual teacher, and that they kind of really in so if somebody like that who just involves you more and more with just the objectives of this life, and that even are to turn you away from the spiritual path, turn you away from your spiritual teacher, engage you more in negativity, then even if they were your parents, they should be seen as demons, and one should not associate with them, but really distance oneself from those people, turn one's back on them really. And so it's very, very important. And the whole point of this is that, yes, the issue is here that we do not fall under the negative control of such friends. And so that's really we're you know, labeling as harmful anything or anyone who creates an obstacle to our practice of Dharma. And then from the Sutra of Close Mindfulness, it says that all of attachment, aversion and ignorance, the basis of all that is the negative friends, and that one should see them as a poisonous plant. From the Parinirvana Sutra, it says, a bodhisattva is afraid of a bad friend, but not a mad elephant, etc. Because the latter destroys only the body. The former destroys both virtue and a pure mind. So it's saying here that one really needs to be very discerning and use one's intelligence with great care in some relationships. That if what is being proposed, one has to question: is this going to be harmful or is it going to be beneficial? And it's not just a question of is it something that's going to be immediately in the short term beneficial, because that could lead to very often harmful consequences in the future. So one needs to consider both the short and long term consequences of engaging in any action. And then from the Compendium of Advice, where it says, the wise one should not be a friend to one who does not have faith, is greedy, lies, or is jealous, and also should not befriend one who is mired in negativities. For if a virtuous person serves a negative person, doubt could arise as to whether the virtuous one was doing non-virtuous things, and his or her ill repute will spread.
What did I do? You know, that got the rangi to the Kyomago Tachi, and it and it the Shamando motor touch. You know, Kansa Corona Zewa Guba Pemba to be. What did you damage? The Naranzuke Tame, some Tanda Shimia, but Tame, some Tanda could Zawada to get the Jawasha Chagmudua. That the game of the Kansa Korangi, Kyunga Chadilla, and Shebetone, and Marco Bacheta, and each other negative the Jawasha Mashayeta. In a some Luchona doing it, the Sandani was doing it, Pemba to your Kuka, Katutune, and to be Chiukua. Tinidia Kawachish Bacheta.
So here, you know, we need to be quite skillful in how one relates to such a person, as it says here, mired in negativities. Here, first of all, it's important that one, we are not tainted by fault by our association with that person. And that two, we do not fall under their influence and engage in negativities. But apart from that, we must sustain a loving relationship, a respectful relationship with them, and hopefully a beneficial relationship with them, bringing benefit to them. Now, that may be, it may be necessary that in the short term one needs to take distance from such a person, but that's only a physical outcome. Mentally, we must maintain that love and that respect and that hopeful opportunity to bring about benefit for them in the future. And that so this is really a clear separation between the person and the person's actions. That the person's actions can be criticized, but the person themselves cannot. And they are still an object of our compassion and love.
And
of course, this is completely in harmony with our practice, and especially our aspiration to be of benefit to all sentient beings. Of course, this person also is included in that aspiration for all sentient beings.
Tamashirasa draw some bush the drawja and dingle meeting tingle things that rewa dinage. Kaji Tamada Donna, Yabuchi Tamada Donna, Tamajo, Selma was a lella to the draw to it. Maso did when it departed. Suba Sambe Dembala Nietzsche.
And then there's a quote from the works of Geshe Drontompa. And he says, if an inferior person befriends a good person, he will not become more than mediocre. If a good person, however, befriends an inferior person, he can easily go lower. That's true. So let's leave it there for today.
And Loma and Tinny Town, and then to congestion so the Remotoya, because of the some post of the Tanjo Maria, Tati, the just was usually just at the Lama Lama Tinny Tawachilla, and Loma Tinny Tawachilla, Namich, this is good.
And so that again to emphasize in this context of this subject that it's about really finding a fully qualified teacher, a good qualified master or guru, and a fully qualified disciple, and both entering into that a relationship. So that then afterwards, what is how to bring that about? That's the issue. And so really, I suppose what's being described here as it should be is the kind of ideal situation that every teacher in every situation and every student are perfectly qualified. That would be very, very difficult. But in the context here is describing how it should be, how it needs to be for somebody perhaps wanting to quickly attain that state of enlightenment, and that you have these ideal conditions in place.
다 된대 삼로 당도 아니 된대게 뇨뇨도 산제게 되게 강사 지금 봐이나 아니 다 지가 라메다 되는 삼로 당고 이래 나 라메다 되는 삼로 당고도 아니 라마 산제서 따고 해야 되나 아니 강에 매야 되겠지 가자 가리서 라 산제서 따고 도 라 산제서 따고 요래 아니 라마 산제서 따야다 강에 gem도 라 도바사고에 gem도 안데 뭐가 아니 랑게 나한테 보다 보면 강가 산제 따고 요래 다가네 랑게 내디야 아니 가서 내게 교연다 되네 아니 가서 긴고가 나바 따고 요래 아니 dirce도 되네 라마 산제 따고야 다 도바사마사 제고에서 그게 요 말이야 가서는 대불 람도 캐고도 다 되네 맞는 용다 코라메 가서 탐에게 낭세 가고 요라 갑자기 짜서 탐에게 낭세로 와 다 던져 교연 통고도나 다 탐에게 낭세 유배 따라 아니 남네 딱다서 이게 매번 따고 랑 남네 지다도 교환 땅고 요라
And again, in another way of looking at it is that for a person who wants to quickly attain that state of enlightenment, one of course is taking on the tantric imperative, and in particular the highest yoga tantric viewpoint, which is of pure appearance. And so that's the taking of that empowerment and generating oneself as the deity. So with going around seeing yourself as a Buddha, you're not likely to be seeing faults in any other, because the imperative there is to stop all ordinary appearance and only have pure appearance. So not only are you an enlightened being, you're seeing all others as your companions in that particular mandala, that the place itself has no fault or stain, that because it has emanated from the mandala of the deity, and that all speech and so on is enlightened speech. And therefore, this talk of fault and so on becomes irrelevant, because it has been completely surpassed by the eradication of any ordinary appearance. And this, of course, is the power of taking the result onto the path, which is the one of the imperatives of the tantric practice.
다들 그냥 좋아해 고들에 사다와라 그냥 콘센트야 사다와라 콘센트 다와 그냥 콘센트
그래 다와디 네 살락바 그래 제메 좀 트랙이 사니메디 지기베 네 제제와 니마 그래서 니마 적성 니마 주저래
올라서 야 그렇죠 어제 어땠죠 Yeah.